Hi, everybody. I'm Logan Okita, HSTA Secretary Treasurer, and I'm really excited to be here today to share with you our S.T.A.C.Y Award winner for 2020. So the S.T.A.C.Y Award stands for Scholarship, Teaching, Advocacy, Community, and Youth. This year's winner is amazing in all of the categories. She is very involved in the Twitter hashtag 808educate, collaborating with teachers statewide. They look forward into better ways of teaching children and improving their teaching craft. She is always customizing the curriculum to fit the children's needs. No two classes are the same, and every year, each class needs its own specialized attention. This teacher works to find what works best for the current class. This teacher also opens up the after-school program activities to her class and lets them all participate in all of the activities. It gives me great pleasure to introduce HSTA's winner of the S.T.A.C.Y Teaching Excellence Award for 2020, Raechelle Villanueva, a third grade teacher at Waialae Elementary Public Charter School. Raechelle?
Hi, everybody.
Congratulations. What inspired you to become a teacher?
Oh, first of all, I'm so humbled to be receiving this award. And what inspired me to become a teacher is all the amazing teachers that I've had. I teach at the same school that I went to as a kid, and I am teaching with some of the very teachers that taught me. And the thing that keeps me going, though, is just the ability to impart change, to motivate kids to be future change makers. And I just kind of want to keep pushing and see how far I can take these kids and how far they will then take it in the future as well. Well, there's my little daughter in the background. She's one of them.
So a lot of the things you've said about why you wanted to become a teacher remind me a lot of the person that the S.T.A.C.Y Award is named after. The S.T.A.C.Y Award is named in loving memory of Stacy Nishina, a longtime teacher, HSTA staff member, and HSTA deputy director. The award looks to spotlight HSTA members who live up to Stacy's legacy in 5 areas, following the acronym of her first name. So let's go through the letters of her name, and you can share a little bit about each category. The S stands for scholarship. Can you tell us how you've worked to positively impact the teaching profession?
Well, first, you had mentioned earlier about my project in Twitter, hashtag 808educate. And as I, continued my teaching profession, I just kind of had this nagging feeling and started seeing, equity issues. And I didn't know how to go about addressing it. And, oftentimes as teachers, we are very isolated within even our own classrooms and our schools. And so when the opportunity arrived, when I met Christy Oda and Calais McDonald, and they were like, "Hey, you guys, you want to try this out?" I had no clue what Twitter was, how it could be used, and they were like, "Hey, we want to do this project where we could bring together all the stakeholders of education here in Hawaii, regardless if you're a DOE, public charter, or a private school. Let's drop the labels and let's come together, united to tackle and address some of those issues that we're also very passionate about." And so hashtag 808educate was born. We host monthly chats. It's on Wednesdays, and we thought it was kind of cool to keep it at 8:08 p.m. And at first, we had some things that worked, some things that didn't, and it slowly grew, and we became #1 trending locally. And Kristen Brummel from Hope Street Fellowship at the time was the director, and she's like, "Hey, why don't you take this to Philadelphia and go to the Teach to Lead Summit?" So we went, and the thing just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And sky's the limit. We're in our year 2. We're gonna have another chat next month. We don't have the set date yet, but it's going to be on the current issues that we're facing right now with the COVID-19. We want to address the issue of trauma-informed practices. So keep an eye out on that. Next month,
Awesome.
8:08 p.m.
Awesome. That's such a great way about how you're improving the teaching profession and through your Twitter program. And the T in S.T.A.C.Y stands for teaching. Can you explain how you've demonstrated leadership and creativity in your classroom?
Well, half the time I think I just have really crazy ideas, and I don't know. I have fun with the kids. And when the kids have an idea, I may not even know what I'm doing half the time. And if they're game and they're willing to go along for the ride, I'll do the work into researching it. And so a lot of things we'll try out. I've never done it before, like robotics. I have no training in it. I have no clue how to do robotics. I thought, oh, why don't we try Lego Mindstorms? So I go ask Mel Ching at the time, who was our tech facilitator. Mel, why don't we try out Lego Mindstorms? Okay. And then from there, she helped me to kind of take this idea of why can't the classroom become a makerspace? Why does the makerspace need to be this separate place? Shouldn't every classroom be a workshop? And how do we make that intrinsic motivation and develop that craftsmanship in a child, that they're not motivated by a grade, but they're motivated by being their best? Another layer to that is our mission and vision of our school, and we strongly believe in, well-rounded children, and preparing them for a democratic society. Well, what does that mean? You see a problem, what can you do about it? And empowering them. And maybe the authentic assessment isn't just a paper pencil test. It's that I can create a solution and I'm going to take it all the way. And as a teacher, am I able to create space for them and a seat at the table?
That's amazing. And you just shared how you're a great advocate for your students. And the next letter in S.T.A.C.Y is A, which is for advocacy. And we talk about advocacy in the sense of advocating for our colleagues and the profession. Can you share what you've done to advance the profession as an active union member?
Well, I've been pretty much a school level leader at every school I've been at. And I started my journey at a wonderful school in Waipahu Elementary School. Those are some of the most dedicated educators that I have ever been blessed to work with. And just the heart and soul that they put into that school, and just their passion for addressing the inequity. And I felt at times helpless. How do I help these children, and as part of, sometimes I felt like I was lying to them with testing and all that, and I didn't know quite how to navigate it all. And so that's how I got started with HSTA. And I had the honor of first meeting Andrea Eshelman, super powerhouse, so motivated and so inspired by her leadership. But it kind of kept on going, and it followed me to Waialae Elementary School. And as a charter school, we led the movement. We started it for the public charter school movement here in Hawaii, and that inspired me. And I said, okay, what are we going to do to enact change? What is my role as a charter school teacher? And that's something I don't take to heart very lightly. I really go for broke with it. Very passionate about it. Collective bargaining. I'm in the school level leader handbook. My whole face is there. I was quite shocked. But I'm super honored, and I think it's exciting. And when we talk about one of our vision elements at our school is being socially responsible, self-confident risk takers, and creative problem solvers, I better step it up and be a leader too, and be a role model. And I think the kids get a kick out of it too. So it's helped me grow as a person as well. My involvement in the union, and I'm not stopping.
Awesome. Keep going. The C in S.T.A.C.Y is for community. Can you talk about what work you've done to connect the community to your classroom?
I feel very blessed that I'm able to teach the same hallways and classrooms that I went to as a child. And that legacy is something I think would be a dream of any school, that the next generation is going to come back and give back. And one of them is a program that was started called Fellows. I forgot what it stands for, but it's a senior citizen program where we bring the kupuna in and they mentor and they volunteer in the classroom. My mom is now a fellow in my classroom, and it's that multi-generational, that family is the heart and soul of everything that we do. And so I'll bring in parents, Allison Izu, if she's watching, love her clothes. And I thought, why not ask her? She's a small business owner, fashion designer. I said, Allison, you want to come help us out? Sure. And then it just grew into this big project that we did for the wetlands. And she brought her expertise, and we thought, oh, we'll just make some prototypes. She's like, no, take it all the way. So we did. We made hats, thanks to another mom, Eileen Mew, and then Cynthia Ayao. She found some koa woodcutter guy, Song Wood, I think, and he laser cut these koa earrings designed by the kids, and we ended up raising over $2,000. So we're still waiting for the COVID quarantine to finish out and then make the presentation to the organization that helps to take care of Kawainui Marsh and Ulupo Heiau. And those are the sites that we visited on our field trip for the unit.
That's awesome. That's a great way to inspire the youth in your classroom. And the Y in S.T.A.C.Y stands for youth. In a minute, we're going to ask you to talk about what you've done to develop your learning environment that supports the diversity of all of the students. But first, we're going to watch a video that HSTA produced about the robotics team you advise going to the state championships in your first year. Let's see that now.
Hi, I'm Raechelle Villanueva, and I'm a third grade teacher at Waialae Elementary Public Charter School. My students and I are here today because this is our first year doing VEX IQ Robotics competition at our school, and we surprisingly qualify for states, and we're super honored, super excited to have this opportunity in our first year, and there's nothing like your rookie year. We have a relatively young team, third, fourth, and fifth, and we didn't realize that we would be competing with and against middle school students, and so it's a quite competitive league, and we, on our first meetup, were blown away. We had no idea what to expect. We barely scored a point. To be frank, it was quite embarrassing. But some of the other schools like Sacred Hearts and MidPAC took us under their wing. And if it wasn't for that open spirit and that collaborative spirit of the VEX Robotics program, we wouldn't be here today. Today is a skills session, and they have 1 minute to control the robot to score max points. So there's different ways, like knocking off the yellow cone or hub, and then also bulldozing those orange hubs into the scoring zones. And then if you stack a cone or hub, you get 2 points. But the big point is getting the yellow cone stacked, that's 4 points. Also knocking off the yellow hub from the chin-up bar is a point as well. And so it's a lot of pressure for the kids, but you know, they're having a lot of fun, and that's something that I didn't want to sacrifice with this program.
I love robotics because it's like teamwork and collaboration, and you get to like drive with your remote, and then we get to write, and there's many different other stuff, and I really just like the teamworking and experiencing with older people.
I'm also school level leader, head faculty rep, and I also serve as the contract negotiations team member. And I'm a third grade gen ed classroom teacher. And it's a lot, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Can you tell us about your robotics work?
Well, it's been quite an adventure. I was approached by our CEO, Mr. Constantino, and he was like, hey, do you want to try out robotics? And we had gotten a grant. He had applied for a grant from Uncle Art Kimura, and through the Department of Labor. And I was really scared. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And our first day that we started was the first time I ever opened up the kit, and we literally went through it together. And I came home that night really flustered, like, what did I get myself into? So my husband was like, okay, I'll come help you out. And so he got involved, and then we got 2 other dads that decided to come volunteer, Titus Tan and David Croswell, and they came in full force. And in that first year, we ended up going from last place to making it to the state championship. So that was really exciting.
That's awesome. And it's been such an inspiring experience to listen to your leadership and have you tell your stories. And during our live stream event, we've received some really nice comments from your colleagues and friends. And so I'm going to share a couple of them. Sulin Choi says that she's so happy for you. Congratulations. And Kristen Brummel says that you're a true leader in our profession. And Elizabeth Kaneshiro says, congratulations, Ray. You've always been a great teacher with an infectiously positive can-do energy. And I agree. I've been so inspired just from talking to you this afternoon. We've all been affected by the coronavirus, not infected, affected, of course. With schools closed, I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing with us how you've been able to keep up enrichment and educational activities for your students while you're at home.
So it was hard for all of us. We were slated to go to the World Championships for VEX-IQ Robotics. Our team 1045A was supposed to go, so that was devastating for us. So we had to regroup and make sure that we supported the kids and the families and make sure that they were okay before we even could tackle anything academic. I had to make sure I was okay. It was a huge shift for all of us. And it's through the support of S.T.A.C.Y. They have these open coffee hour. I don't know if it's called a coffee hour, but office hours. And I happened to jump in on one of them and had Lisa Morales, and she was talking about PBL. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And it's been hard. I've been very nervous about using video platforms. So been vetting everything out, making sure all of, privacy stuff, our children's safety is our utmost concern. And so things have been a little slow, but we are all behind the scenes, day in and day out. I have two kids of my own, and they're in the background, and just trying to juggle it all. But know that our teachers out there, and not just teachers, but administrators, school staff, have just been around the clock working so hard. And it goes to show just how much the schools do for our community and how they're such a pillar of strength. And so I'm just really thankful for that.
Thank you. And I heard that your school did a special video for your school community. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
And so our music teacher, Diane Hermes, put together a compilation of all of us singing along and doing like lip sync. And we sang to Hall of Fame. And she put together the video, uploaded it, and sent it out to all our families just to kind of cheer them up and let them know that we're thinking about them.
I bet they loved getting that video message from their school. We'd like to encourage other teachers across the state to share their coronavirus stories with HSTA. Have you been collaborating with your grade level or fellow teachers to help support them and your students at this time of crisis? Have you gone above and beyond to help your class or a certain student who is in need of extra help or to boost them during this uncertain times? Please send your stories to HSTA at bit.ly/HSTA COVID stories. And we'd like to spotlight those stories in our social media and share them widely because we know our members are doing an amazing job right now in very trying circumstances. Raechelle, we've asked you a lot of questions, but we wanted to end this celebration of your award by hearing a few words of reaction or inspiration from you. What would you like to say to wrap things up today?
I just wanted to tell everybody thank you. Again, I'm really humbled by this award. There's so many, countless educators out there, blood, sweat, and tears, literally. And I'm thankful for my team, my school, my family. And I'm just so proud of the work that we're doing. I'm public school proud. And together we can take a deep breath, know that you're doing your best. And I'm just so thankful to be part of this association and part of this union and part of this group of amazing educators. I think we have some of the biggest and brightest right here in our HSTA union.
Awesome. Congratulations again, Raechelle, on winning the S.T.A.C.Y Award from HSTA for Teaching Excellence. I was fortunate to have earned this award in 2016, and it's an honor to represent your colleagues from across the state as you go to Washington, D.C. and meet fellow awardees from every state in the country, and I know you'll make us proud. This presentation will be archived on HSTA's Facebook and YouTube channel, so please share it widely to celebrate Raechelle and all the great work our teachers do in DOE and the charter schools every day. Mahalo for joining us. Aloha.
Bye.